Who would watch that kind of stuff?
Rifle.
Who indeed? No shotgun.
No, rifle.
No shotgun.
One shot kills.
Shotgun. Pump action.
Rifle.
Pump action.
Rifle.
Pump action rifle. I need my emery board.
Oh, look at all those pine needles.
Oh no!
Splish.
It's pretty good. Get a bit closer.
Physics.
Pretty good.
Graphics.
Attention to detail. There.
I was thinking about the other day how we were talking about doing a I can do it. Review at the end.
Yeah.
When we finish playing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I quite like the graphics, but it's going to lose at least 1 point just for the mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the mouths. Even the rest of the face is okay. Just for the mouths.
Yep. Mouths send me batty.
That's what
Oh,
she
my
said.
phone's ringing.
The kidnapper had sent
Battery
me a
low.
text. The message was full
Shit.
of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Spelling errors!
He is a writer.
He's just like me.
He used the wrong there.
Oh my god. I was reading, friends, a friend is giving us a whole bunch of, like, walls of text for, role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just got this horrible, everything. It's mainly spelling. It's actually mainly grammar. Because he insists on not putting in any
Punctuation?
no, punctuation's there, but then there's no capitalization. But then there'll be a random capital in the middle of the sentence for a proper noun.
Yeah, or for a noun. Or for a proper noun.
For a proper noun.
Right, so he does it for proper noun. He's not for anything else.
Not even, like, it's sometimes. Sometimes it will be for proper nouns.
Right.
Sometimes
My brother used
it
to
just
do
won't be
it
there.
to emphasize a word. If there was a word that he wanted emphasis on, he used to capitalize. He used to kill mom. Because my mom's a journalist. So. Whee!
And the story ended. No, wait,
yeah,
that's
no,
not
that
what
wasn't what I mean.
The there thing reminded me because he used THEI.
Birds.
Yeah.
I need to see
THEIR.
THEIR for over there, and then THERE for their thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why?
Yeah.
I had to correct.
I saw everything on Facebook the other day, which was pretty funny when she was going to the party. And it was like, pin the tail on the donkey, but it just said it's, and it was like, you know, it gets pretty wild at the English teacher's party. And I was like, we totally played that at my house. Where is the apostrophe in the it's? What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah. Oh no, birds!
The birds!
Birds
And the bees are flying in the trees. The sun is in the sky, just for you and I. The sky is perfect blue, the light is burning blue. It's a sign from above that shows that we're in love. Doo-doo.
To buy our album on iTunes, click the link below.
Somebody's like, where is this link? Oh, you don't put the link up.
I don't think anyone would stop using so many! Oh my god, use 2 if you have to. Stop using 3.
Given that we are the only people who comment on our stuff, I don't think. And now you're down in the mine shafts.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
What was that?
There's gold in them there hills. My next voice is going to be American news broadcaster.
I hate you so much.
Is it because she only has 10 batteries?
She keeps using them needlessly.
But Caitlin, I
Like
love
that. Those
you.
last three
It's because she button mashes.
were completely useless.
Apparently Deadpool is a very good button mashing game.
Well, maybe she should play Deadpool instead
Ooh,
of
Alan,
this.
somebody's calling to me.
Alan. It's your wife calling.
Alan! Alan! Get back here.
What do you have to say?
Just no one in the
Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake.
Pretty sure it said trust no one in the dark. Experience tells me.
That's where you came from, Alan.
Alan.
Oh, Alan. We're not alone.
Oh, Alan.
Ew, Ellen. I'm like Ellen.
Without
my
warning,
head.
it's stabbed
Head
at
trauma.
Well,
Concussion.
Yeah, that's probably that untreated wound which is now infected and you have, like, infected blood in your brain. Good job.
Alan.
Did you know? Fun science fact.
Alice?
I'm sure you do actually, probably. In your skull, in the front, you have all these, like, ridges on the inside
Yes.
of your skull. I'm sure you know that. People of the internet won't know this. Caitlin will know this. Yes.
I did head and neck anatomy
I gotta
Yes.
get out of here.
And so,
after an anatomy course.
if you,
Good job.
oh,
Good
you
job.
can't swim.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
If you smack your head, then your brain will be, like, cut to pieces.
look, it's a manuscript page.
Hunters taken.
Now I've forgotten how to do
Yes. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
this. Yeah.
Remember,
More on this
Yes.
at 10.
I'm gonna do Esmeralda. Esmeralda. You know who I'm talking about, right? Just remember the note.
Just remember Esmeralda.
Esmeralda or whatever.
BAM! Is for sinking.
Thank you.
No worries. That's my job now.
Where was I going? I am exiting the silver mine. I want to go this way, apparently. This way. This way.
Didn't you want to, leave?
You want to leave.
When you say this way, do you mean the exact opposite way? 'Cause that's what you're doing.
I've got that song in my head.
Which one?
Whoa. Yeah, that one.
It's your fault for dancing. We paused. We got chocolate-covered strawberries. We
Courtesy of
danced.
Alexandra.
We whinged.
We danced. Like a
Aw,
wave on the
Sandra.
ocean
I tried to keep it in.
That was kind of gross.
I'm sorry, I tried to keep it in.
We were liars in love and we danced. Swept away for a moment by chance. Yeah.
This is the episode where Caitlin launches her solo career. Ooh, pick up the flowers.
Oh no, I'm getting
Pick up
stuff.
the flowers. Oh, it's Caitlin's go.
I think we're going backwards now. I think we skipped me. Nightingale in the Majestic. No idea how to do that.
I don't know how to be in distress. When I'm in distress, it's deep. There's nothing shrill about it.
Even behind the closed doors are curtains. And I'm not wearing my glasses.
Damn it, Caitlin, we've discussed this.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy, not his grim room.
His grimy room.
And now she's wearing her glasses. And she's still not getting it.
His grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel. Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could... they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do.
She's hysterical, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just so touched by this.
I don't know what's happening.
I've gone insane.
Where did the
Just
manuscript
like
page
last
touch
night.
you? Show us on the doll. Where did the manuscript page touch you, Caitlin?
He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
Much like Caitlin's thoughts towards reading this letter.
That's how I think about every letter. Manuscript.
Dear Diary.
Mood apathetic.
People are so
My
insane.
life is just spiraling downward. Couldn't get enough money to go to the Blood Red Romance and some Can't Be Dry concert. It sucks because they play some of my favorite songs like Stab My Heart Because I Love You and Rip Apart My Soul and of course Stabby Rip Stab Stab.
What is that from?
I'm an emo kid, nonconforming as can be. You think nonconforming too if you look just like me.
I have fingernails and makeup on my face. I'm almost emo enough to start shaving my legs. Cause I feel real deep when I'm dressing in drag. I call it freedom of expression. Most just call me a fag. Cause our dudes look like chicks and our chicks look like dykes. Cause emo is one step below transvestite.
As you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing to say to that. Okay.
It's just singing to the darkness. We hope that if we regale it with enough love and affection,
Wow.
it will change its ways.
Yes, that's the way to do it.
I'm pretending to be a social worker.
Music soothes the savage beast.
You know what, that's nice.
Clearly.
A bardic social
Social
worker.
worker. See, if you're a psychologist, what you'd be saying is, clearly it's got some kind of narcissistic disorder.
And then the social worker comes
All
in. No, we
about the
don't
labels.
we can't label
We
people.
don't care.
No, we don't
Then
We
really
again-
can't label you. We won't label you.
I
But,
believe-
Mr. Social Worker, you heard me. I'm going there. If you don't label them, then they can't get benefits for the label that they have. You can't get benefit for being sad. You can get benefit for having depression. Yeah.
I feel
I'd
like
have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
You were saying something.
I can't help but think that you psychologist people are going to get even worse.
Us people.
You psychologist people, because I believe if Will tells me truth facts, you are now not allowed to call people clients.
It's consumers.
You have to call them consumers,
Yeah, well that's
which
in,
I find more offensive.
that's in the hospital setting.
Oh man,
I find that offensive.
You're offended?
I'm offended. I would be far more offended by
Oh.
being called a consumer. I don't know what they were thinking when they made that a thing.
Well,
I remember at the nursing home it drove me mad. Speaking of being driven mad, I'm going to be doing policy work at my placement.
Yeah,
Yay!
I saw that, and you were just like, holy crap, they actually gave me a policy placement.
My whole thing is that I hate policy, and I did it in my first placement. So I am going to be there going, when I finish this, okay, I don't have all that much experience with actually dealing with clients, because, you know, you guys all gave me...
Well, why don't you...
Policy stuff.
Can you talk to someone about it?
I start in 15 days. It's a bit late.
15 days.
But in the private sector, you can still call them clients or patients or whatever you please. But it's just in hospitals and in public settings, you have to call them consumers because we're not separating them from anyone else. Everyone's a consumer because you're consuming a service that we are providing.
I'd rather be a client.
Well, yeah, you would.
I'm sorry, but I find it kind of...
Is it because you're so anti-consumerism and the man and capitalism, and you just believe that everyone should live in a veggie patch?
No, it's because I'm not buying something from you.
Well, you are, kind of.
It's just
You're
not
receiving
as,
a
It's just
service.
not as tangible or.
You are consuming the service that we are providing. This
I
is
don't know,
what
do you
it is.
call someone who's,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to say that, but...
Cover your microphone. Cover it. Whisper to me. Tell me. Pause the game. Pause the game. I must hear this.
No, it's fine.
It's just. It's political correctness gone mad. Is really what's happening here.
It's true.
Well, you also can't call in schools. You can't call an eraser a rubber anymore.
What? Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, because
What?
rubber is another term for condom.
In America?
No, in Australia, you
In America?
in Australia you honestly can't do an eraser, and it was funny.
No, I mean in America it's called a rubber. We never called it that here.
I used to call them rubbers.
Never.
Nope.
Oh,
I remember the.
sorry.
first
What are we talking about? Condoms? Condoms?
Yes, we're talking
Right.
about condoms. I've
never called a condom
a condom an
a
Yes.
rubber. No.
I mean,
An
I've never
eraser.
called a
I've
condom.
never called a condom an eraser. Not once in my life. No, I've never called it a rubber. In England, they call them Johnnies. I used to have a boss who was English, and I had a boyfriend called Johnny. And I was like, oh, I want you to meet my Johnny. And he was like, meet your Johnny. And I'm like, yeah, you got to meet my Johnny. And he's like, in England, a Johnny's a condom. What are you talking about? I'm like, my boyfriend's name is Johnny. I'm 15. That's my story.
Cool, so we get to blame America for yet another thing.
Mm.
Yet another stupid thing. Thank you, America.
If people could keep their political correctness in check, we wouldn't have to go to these extremes.
I blame parents.
It's the parents.
Yeah.
Clearly the parents.
God, parents annoy me.
That being said, Will and his sister had the same parents. Me and my brother had the same parents, and they're completely different people.
I had the same parents.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, sometimes it's not the parents, sometimes it's just people are retarded.
Yeah, but parents are particularly
Yes.
prone to
Screwing up their children.
Yeah, screw.
to
Well,
being overprotective.
Like,
Mm.
oh yeah, and all those people who are like,
Or
no, we
underprotective.
can't show children these videos because they're too young to their. It's like, no, they're too young to actually understand what's going on.
It's true.
I did not understand till I was an adult about the sexuality of
It's true.
Well,
Jessica Rabbit's character.
It's like there's
just thought she was a cool character.
sex shops there's a thing about you can't bring a child like over 3 into the sex shop, but if it's under 3 years old they're not going to know what's going on, so it's fine.
That's pretty cool.
Mountain.
But no, there was a big outcry on Sesame Street about they did a section about a dude who
Is that a manuscript page?
yeah, a kid who had his dad was in jail.
Door hits Nurse Sinclair.
Carry on.
And they were like, you can't expose because there was a bit about, sometimes people are sad because their parents are in jail, and they're like, well, you can't normalize it and you can't expose children to prison in this way. And it's like, well, what if their friends at school does have a dad who's in jail? Like, I don't think that's particularly bad.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up! Here's a friendly poke from..."
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, wench! He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. We're on a comeback tour, baby!
Did you actually read
Tor,
that, Sandra?
Do you get it? Do you get it?
Tor, do you know what Mjolnir is?
Yeah, I know what Mjolnir is.
Well, do you get what
Oh.
Tor is then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
With a big hammer?
yeah.
Just to be, really subtle.
Because I believe it would not have actually been pronounced Thor.
No.
It would have
My-
been T with an aspirated H. Well, it would have been an aspirated T. Sorry.
Yeah.
My confusion when you said Tor, I was thinking Tor as in that one there, the T.
Tor?
Tor.
Tour.
Anyway,
I
Lightning
pronounce
flash.
words differently.
You say potato, I say potato.
I say
No one says potato, shut up and go home. This is my song.
Tra.
Tor. Sunsta,
Thermite.
moonsta, tearsta, wardensta, tursta. It would have been
Thursday.
Thursday! It's Thursday! Yeah. Sunsta, Moonsta, Tiersta, Wodensta, Torsta. Because Odin was Woden.
Indeed. Indeed he was.
Woden.
I recall.
Woden one eye.
The things I look up for, role-playing.
The things you learn when your
Yeah.
brother believes in the Norse pagan gods.
Why?
Because he thinks they exist. That's why he wears his hammer of protection around his neck all the time, which we got in Norway from the blacksmith.
Norway.
He told the blacksmith that he
Norway.
believed in, you know, the Norse pantheon, and Mum's like, don't say that to people in Norway, they will think you're a fuckwit. And they did! Hi Riley, if you're watching. I doubt you are.
Oh no, bad! Quick, turn on the thing! Don't go into the light!
No, do go into the light. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Point
then.
reached.
Oh yeah.